as winter closes in, Europeans are again concerned about energy. Costly energy is one reason for Europe's slow economic growth, and it is a factor in rising discontent among European voters, with household electricity prices in some countries 2 or more times than in the US and China. But supplies of gas and oil have been reduced by Russia's war in Ukraine. That has left the EU increasingly dependent for products such as liquid natural gas on the United States, a long-term ally going through unpredictable political changes. And pressure is also coming from the EU's target of net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. A large part of the change will come through electrification, which typically boosts efficiency and reduces energy demand. In vehicles, batteries will replace internal combustion engines. While in industry, heat pumps can replace gas boilers. The impact is even greater when electricity is generated from sources other than fossil fuels. In 2023, every kilowatt-hour of electricity generated in the EU caused average greenhouse gas emissions equivalent to 210 grams of carbon dioxide, 17% less than in 2022. But there is huge variation. In Sweden, every kilowatt-hour generated causes the equivalent of just 8 grams of carbon dioxide. In France, the figure is 50 grams, and in Latvia, 67. These countries have high shares of renewables or nuclear power, which do not emit greenhouse gases. Estonia has far higher emissions, at 690 grams per kilowatt-hour. Poland is at 614 grams. These countries use solid fossil fuels and relatively few renewables or nuclear power. A large part of the electricity in France and Sweden comes from nuclear power, but this is increasingly seen as expensive and risky. The big hope for zero-carbon electricity now is renewables, power from wind, water and the sun, as well as biofuels produced from plants or bio-waste. Renewables are a growing proportion of total energy consumed, that is, of electricity plus the likes of petrol, diesel and natural gas. In Sweden, Finland and Latvia, around half or more of total energy consumed come from renewable sources. All three have strong hydropower industries and wide use of solid biofuels. But the shares in Belgium, Ireland and the Netherlands were below a sixth. Overall, 24.1% of the energy consumed in the EU comes from renewables. But that's still a long way from the EU's 2030 target of 42.5%. The expansion of renewables can't happen fast enough.